And he kept trying to see him. I think one of the greatest things that we can teach our children is curiosity. Be curious as to why things are the way they are, why people say what they say, and why people do what they do. Because in that curiosity is the innocence of an honest question. Why? What? How? When? And those are all great things. And we want to teach our children curiosity. And we too should remain curious about all things. In so many ways, our pilgrimage has been one of curiosity. Why is it the way the Irish are the way they are? So wild and so humorous and full of stories, which all of them are true, all of them are real, and some of them even happened. But curiosity needs to lead to action. If it only stays at the curiosity, then it is nothing more than a mental exercise. And that's great, but that's only for the mind. You see, for the heart, we need to move the curiosity into action, what we would call from the scriptures conversion. Curious, yes. Listen, yes. Hear, yes. But then act on what you hear. Believe what you see. In today's gospel, we heard of Herod the Tetrarch, who was curious. He was curious about who is this man who says such amazing things? Who is he? John the Baptist are beheaded. It can't be him. It can't be one of the prophets because they're all dead. So who is he? And he kept trying to see him. But for Herod, the curiosity stopped there. He never took action. And if any action he did take, it was missing the information he got from his curiosity. He persecuted instead of processed. He killed instead of kindred. And so we need to learn from this for ourselves. We came to Ireland on pilgrimage because we were curious about the Irish people, the Irish faith, and the Irish land itself. But let us not make the Herod mistake. Let us go back converted in some way. Take one thing with you and make a change. Whether it be from the Lady of Knock, whether it be from St. Patrick, whether it be from St. Bridget, St. Cormac, St. Kevin, St. Kieran, or any that may be ordinary saints we met along the way. The sacristans in the church who opened the doors for us. The people we met in the stores, in the shrines, and maybe even the pubs. Allow ourselves to be converted and to go back a different way. One I might suggest to you will be to embrace silence, to embrace presence. The idea that nature has something to teach us, that silence has something to teach us. if we're willing to listen. I mentioned yesterday that we listen to each other's stories. Yes. But how do we become more faithful to this conversion? How can we be more present to each other? Not necessarily only with each other, but even to ourselves. How can we look and see the glory of God here, just us? And so I'm going to give you just one suggestion that maybe it might work for you, because I've been doing it since I've been on the trip. And that is, I don't allow my cell phone to control me. I turn off all the notifications, all the badges, all the things, so literally nothing disturbed me until I want to it. It could not get to me. It felt very liberating. So what would it be like? You know, I think the cell phone has become this ubiquitous part of our bodies, as if it is a part of our body, a limb, a hand. If it is, then we need to probably cut it off. It's not very helpful. Here's what I suggest. Put the phone away for your dinner with your spouse and look at each other and enjoy each other's company without the phone. Not even in the same room, in a different room. Put it in the bedroom, wait for it. Maybe when you're cooking the dinner, to put the phone away and to have it in another room so you can actually hear the sizzle of the meat and the fish or the vegetables and smell the aromas and just simply be present to that cooking moment, the simple joys of life. You put the phone down when your kids come over or your grandkids come over and are present to them in their playful rambunctiousness in your house. Maybe that's too much, but maybe you could try one of those. Maybe it's a meal, maybe it's a thing, whatever it is. Try to allow yourself the gift of presence. If take nothing else from the Irish pilgrimage, take this. God is in love with you. And he wants you to know he is here right now with you and at every moment of every day. Cooking the dinner, doing the laundry, doing your gardening, picking up the kids, putting the kids to bed, going out for a run, or just sitting in the back garden with nothing at all to do, or working at your desk. God wants your attention. So can we make one promise to ourselves? That we will keep trying to see him in our everyday life and not settle for curiosity alone, but never give up until we see him in our midst, with each other, with nature, and maybe most especially in the stranger or the person that we don't like. God is in love with us. He wants us to notice him at all times and in all people today.